Well, today is Christmas Eve and we are in El Centro. We are here to watch the big Christmas parade, which is called Pase del Niño. Translated, that means passing of the child. This is the biggest parade of the year for Cuenca, and it is, well, it has a great turnout. I read this morning in Cuenca High Life that they're expecting about 120,000 people here to see the parade, and it feels like there's that many people here. Taking a break from the parade. We've been here for about an hour and a half and it's been very enjoyable, but the parade lasts about 7 hours and that's too much parade for us. We've really enjoyed it. I really liked seeing the indigenous costumes, the dancing, the music, and it's really interesting to see that contrasted with the Catholic, you know, the traditional costumes of the Catholic Church. All the baby Jesuses and some real babies and some kind of creepy looking doll babies. Sorry, Jesus. But it's been fun. It's really interesting to see how creative people are. Now we're gonna head home and do some Christmas cooking. We are back from the Christmas Eve parade and now it is time to get cooking. I am going to make vegan shepherd's pie. This recipe was featured on nutritionstudies.org, which is pretty cool. We're also going to put a link in the description below so you guys can see the full recipe in its glory. Sorry. I really like to make this dish. It comes together pretty easily, especially if you make the mashed potatoes ahead of time like I did. Definitely saves some time, and it's really easy to make mashed potatoes. Ours, here they are. They're looking delicious. They're very yellow because I use 3 pounds of yellow potatoes. But you could also use red or white potatoes. I did peel them, chop them, I boiled them for about 30 minutes or so until they're nice and tender, drained them, and to that I added 3/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk, some salt and pepper, and I did saute some minced garlics, about 10 cloves worth, so that was about, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons depending on how much garlic you like, and just mix it all up. Stuck it in the fridge. I'm very proud of us for not eating any of it. And that's gonna go on top of our vegan shepherd's pie. So for the filling, the first thing I need to do is cook, this is a cup of lentils. So I'm gonna cook these, it'll probably take about 45 minutes. You can cook those in either veggie broth or water. You want them to be nice and tender, obviously. I'm gonna chop up this beautiful piece of celery. So you want about 1/2 cup of celery. I have 1/2 cup of peas here. I'm gonna chop up this carrot. I may add a little bit more. We want it to be about 1 cup. That probably is not enough. We want 1 cup of mushrooms, so these will also be chopped. And then our cute little onions over there are going to get chopped. And what I'm gonna do is saute, well, not the lentils, saute the vegetables and then add in the lentils. I have...
After we cook them, right?
Well, yes, after they're cooked. Nobody wants to eat dry lentils. That would be quite horrifying. That would be really painful on the teeth. Seasonings. Let's talk seasonings. We have 1 teaspoon garlic salt, 1 teaspoon tamari or soy sauce. This is 1/2 teaspoon salt, thyme, and 1/4 teaspoon pepper. That's it. So pretty quick and easy. I'm gonna get chopping the vegetables after I get the water boiling for our lentils. The lentils are cooking and I went ahead and chopped our veggies. I am going to saute these in veggie broth, about 1/4 cup of veggie broth for 10 to 15 minutes. We want them to be nice and tender. So to my skillet, I am going to add 1/4 cup of vegetable broth because we are not using oil.
It's called steam frying, right?
Yeah, that's a term I saw from Christy Middleton. So thank you, Christy, for the term steam fried. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of our veggies in. So I have 1/2 cup of peas, got my chopped carrots and onions, celery. This all smells so good too. And our mushrooms. Give this a nice stir. So the trick to steam frying is to cover your skillet so that you do not run out of liquid. But if you do, just add some more. Maybe like 1 tablespoon at a time, because we're not making soup. All right, that's probably good. Now let this steam fry for a few minutes. Then I will add in our seasonings and check on the lentils. All right, I'm gonna add in our spices. This is steam frying up quite nicely.
Wow,
So I've got the garlic salt. It does smell really good. Salt, thyme, and black pepper. Stir those in.
Can you make the salt optional if you have high blood pressure?
Most definitely. And if you don't like something, maybe you don't like peas, leave them out.
Take that back.
Or you could put something else in. Oh, and here goes our soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Yep, simple and delicious. So I'm just gonna continue to steam fry these until the veggies are tender, so about another 5 minutes. You really wanna cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to stir in our lentils. All right, covering this back up. The lentils are ready. They look really good. So one thing to note, it seems like every time I make lentils, the water is different. I say that because if you have a little extra water, make sure you drain the lentils so that you don't have lentil soup. Now let's check our veggies. God, it smells so good. Oh yeah, these look perfect. Okay, so super easy. Just pour your lentils in your skillet and just stir them to combine. And then we're going to put them in our baking dish. I'm gonna give this the quick taste test to make sure I've got my seasonings just how I want them and hopefully not burn my tongue.
You good?
That's really good. Yummy. Oh my gosh. Why haven't I made this more often? This is gonna be delicious. Okay, I'm gonna put the lentil mixture in our baking dish. Sorry. No, it's hard to film a lefty. Then I'm going to spread this out so it's nice and even on the bottom. And to this, we add our mashed potatoes. If you decide to make your mashed potatoes ahead of time like I did, pull them out of the refrigerator a little bit early, maybe just a half hour early, so that they are a little bit warmer and spreadable. And this makes about 6 cups of potatoes, the 3 pounds, 6 cups mashed per my recipe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of this in here. Oops, ah!
The whole bowl?
Yeah, not quite that much. I'm going to bake the vegan shepherd's pie for 20 to 30 minutes until it's nicely heated through. And I've decided to make some vegan brown gravy to go with our shepherd's pie. I'm going to make the vegan brown gravy. I actually got this recipe from the Brand New Vegans website, and JP will add a link to the recipe in the description below. So I have made this before, it is delicious and it's pretty easy. So for this recipe, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of flour. This is 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons soy sauce. This is 1 teaspoon onion powder, and in here I have a 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic powder and mustard powder, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. The first thing you need to do, you need to use a dry saucepan, and we are going to toast our flour until it becomes aromatic, and that takes about 3 minutes. And then we're gonna whisk in our nutritional yeast and our our spices. Add in 2 cups of veggie broth and continue to whisk so we don't get any clumps or anything. Nobody wants clumpy gravy. And then to that we'll add the soy sauce, and voila, we will have gravy. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the flour in, and I've got my whisk, and I'm going to toast this. My flour is toasted. I am adding in our nutritional yeast, and then the onion powder. Nutritional yeast smells good. And our pepper, garlic powder, and mustard. So this is all nicely combined. I don't know what number we're on, but the next step is to add in our veggie broth. I'm going to do this slowly. Now it's time to add in the soy sauce. And I'm just going to cook this, continuing to whisk until it starts to thicken. It's thickening up nicely. We are at altitude, so it took about 10 minutes, just as an FYI. Our shepherd's pie is ready. Let's take a look. Looks perfect. I'm gonna let this cool for a few minutes before serving. This smells so good, I can't wait to try it. So I'm going in. Gosh, this smells amazing. Boy, that looks good. Scoop a little bit of the rest that fell out. I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of the gravy over the top here. Is it good?
It's really good.
Oh good, I'm so glad. The gravy turned out really good too, didn't it?
It's really good.
But I think it's delicious without the gravy. It's just so flavorful.
I like it with the gravy.
Okay.
It's very good.
So, with or without, it's a delicious meal. That's all for today, veggie lovers. I hope you enjoyed our video. Happy holidays, Feliz Navidad, and we will see you soon. We have some great adventures coming up, so please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks. JP's making fun of me.